Because of the clotting effect. Too much A and D are also bad. E, we all could use E because that's going to help everything else, especially our thyroids and our gallbladder. But for older people, the E is good for keeping a woman's estrogen and monoprogesterone up. That way, they're healthier. And when they do get hot flashes from menopause, it alleviates them. What are you trying to do?
You got to scroll down.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff there.
Yeah. Forks over knives are good to a point. I've gotten some good recipes from them that I've been putting on the Facebook page, but they're more vegan than they are anything
What's
else.
vegan?
There's two parts of being vegetarian. There's a straight there's a vegetarian where they will eat like fish, eggs for the amino proteins. A vegan will not eat any kind of meat protein. Even peanut butter, they will not eat.
Really? Even though it's from a nut?
Right. They consider, when you're talking about a nut, that kind, you're actually looking at legume protein. They consider the meat of that, they consider that a meat product because it's a meatier, it has a meat texture to the bean. Which, I'm an omnivore, and I eat meat, but I don't eat red meat. Where the white meats are very good in protein, they're higher in amino proteins, especially if you have a client with pain problem or cancer. Anything that's going to create a very large pain for them, get them off the red meats. Even if you want to have them do the test, lay off red meat. The test is lay off red meat for 1 week.
I got it.
Good. Lay off red meat for 1 week.
Hold on.
What were you showing?
Oh, I was gonna first. I'm gonna show you this. This is what I did, and then that links to your story.
Oh, okay.
So this is how I figured out how I could do it and still make it original.
That's fine.
Okay. That's the story.
That's good.
Now let's go back to. I'm gonna show the video. I gotta go back here. Let's
Oh
see
yeah. How water cures. Oh.
How water.
All right, Todd.
Kill. The Watercure's alternatives.
Right.
This is. Have you ever heard of the Capitol Steps? They're a satirical musical troupe.
There you go, man.
They're incredibly, they're brilliant. If you do you like satire? Do you like you do? Okay. This is satirical.
Yeah, sort of like Bill Russell of our days.
Who's that? Janet Pelosi?
Yeah.
Round like a circle that is forming, made of television
It's not gonna work.
ads.
It's too big. How do I make it
More
smaller?
and more I see the warning of conditions I might have. I have countless new disorders that have finally been revealed. I have dry eye, spastic bladder, and that one with Sally Field. I take drugs for every syndrome. I'm like a powder keg. When I kick my spouse at bedtime, now I claim it's restless leg. If your health is in decline, Just take 10 pills and you're fine. Like the lithium I'm taking with a dose of estrogen mixed with Demerol and Prozac. Now I've got hair on my chin. Son's on Ritalin and Bextra. We thought he had ADD, but it turns out that the whole time he is just an SOB. I need Ambien Lunestra to help me sleep all right. Cause Levitra and Cialis keep my husband up all night.
Not a problem.
If your life's as bad as mine, at least 10 pills come to mind. Lasix, Gruex, Metamucil, Celebrex, and Nepersin. Then I take a few Vytorin that I wash down with some gin. Now my ears are always ringing. I think Lipitor's to blame. There's no reason that I take it. I just really like the name. I mixed lidocaine with highballs, and the side effects were clear. I was hearing through my eyeballs, and I'm tasting through my rear.
Perfect. That's my goal then. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
And that giant nose of Claritin is something I must try. And I take ginkgo biloba, but can't remember why. So I quit those pills cold turkey. It was all a big mistake. And I swear there is no supplement or medicine I'll take. And though lately I have found, though depressed and feeling down, thanks to Botox, I can't frown.
That's great.
Anyway, I just saw that and I thought that is just too
That's funny.
Yeah.
funny because we live in a world. Well, you know, from being in the healthcare,
Right.
give a pill for everything.
Yeah.
And ironically, once when I introduced gum chewing to decrease a post-op complication, the biggest group that gave me the biggest grief about it were nurses.
Really?
Of all people,
Wow.
the people that are most receptive of it were the doctors. The
Oh my
doctors,
gosh.
every single one of them said, "Wow, this is so simple. How come we didn't think of this?" Or
And what was it that you suggested?
gum chewing,
What's that? Oh, gum chewing.
chewing a gum, stick of gum.
Oh.
And the nurse is like, "Well, what if they swallow it?" I don't know. What happens when you swallow gum? It goes through you. It's soft. It's slick, and it doesn't cause any problem. And but the doctors loved it, so they started prescribing it. So now Penn State has a study. Penn State's actually studying something I started 15 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
And-
And what is it for? Tell me again.
When you have surgery, you have anesthesia.
Yeah.
It causes the gut to be to go to sleep, and if it goes to sleep too long, your stuff gets blocked in there, and you have troubles. It's called an ileus, post-op ileus.
Yeah.
And so the first thing they try to do is get your gut turned on, woke up,
Right.
and moving again.
Right.
Well, the saliva is a natural. It's called peristaltic.
Yes.
So once it gets down into the gut, it just instantly wakes the gut up, and without any food in it, so the gut starts doing what it's supposed to.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's like, and the doctors, some of you said, "Wow, that means one less pill we have to give, one less
Yeah.
thing to worry about." And so the doctors loved it. And
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And the nurses were the ones that were giving me the most grief about it, ironically. So,
Yeah,
but I
that's
mean,
Well, the nurses do, all right, as a nurse myself, the first thing you're taught is nothing by mouth after surgery, because some of the anesthesias with the patients, they regurgitate them. That means they gotta clean up. But if you get the right certain thing like chewing gum, which has a little
tiny little bit of sugar.
Sure, yeah,
but
sure.
Mostly gets the saliva going.
Right. That actually increases your digestion activity, and it, like you said, it wakes it up and gets everything moving in the right direction.
Yeah, because
Matter of
the
fact,
saliva
my
is the
last
first step in digestion. So.
My last surgery, after I woke up, I wanted graham crackers with peanut butter on it. And the nurse said, no. And I'm going, yeah. And the doctor walked in and said, give him what he wants. And within half an hour, I was standing up. That was after my back surgery.
So the graham crackers and peanut butter got you moving?
Yeah. The salivary glands activated.
Some of my pictures.
But I had sugar. There was sugar in the peanut butter. And that brought my glucose level up. And it had a protein with it.
I think I got what other I have one for shoulders too. That's one of my pictures there, by the way.
Oh, I can give you lots.
Oh, I need more. I need all kinds of them. Knee pain. I have a knee.
I'll give you my MRIs.
I'd love to have them. I'd love to have them.
Talked to quite a few people that had meniscus problems.
Me.
You?
My right meniscus was torn 4 times.
God, I've been so blessed in my life. I haven't had much of
My
that
left
stuff.
one twice. My right ACL was torn. My right anterior
Cruciate ligament
was torn.
This is one of the videos. I'd put a link to the video there. And that's one of my pictures too. So I need all kinds of pictures on it. If you've got anything MRIs or whatever, I'd love to add them.
I'd love to add them though.
And then each one of these will be a link eventually.
Well, I like to put them all up on the Watercure too, but Bob refuses on that one.
Why? What's that one?
It has to be all about Watercure, not what.
Not medical.
Right.
Point like that. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Okay, I can't find it. I had another picture. So anyway, yeah, I need a picture on every single page. I need to get pictures of depressed people, sleeping people, everything.
Because I do my own art, and you saw the front of the manual. That's mine.
Yeah.
I gave Bob and Harriet a couple things of art that was supposed to go in Triumph Over Pain, and never got there. Harriet made sure it stayed out.
Why would people just look at pictures ever read a book then?
Yeah, I know.
What about Harriet? Did you say I missed that?
I had sent her a couple drawings for the Triumph Over Pain, and that was supposed to go into the book on pain and depression, and with the RSD, they never got in there.
Harriet was not as ethical a person as I thought she was.
No. And I saw that right off the bat with her. That's why I said something to Connie about it. I said she's going to take this and try to make it her own. It's her last hurrah.
Well, and her name should have been on it.
Right.
I mean,
but
she
not
put the whole
as
thing
author.
together.
Right. She put it together. Correlator, yes.
Oh,
Not the author.
Well, actually, if anybody was the author, it was Dr. B.
Right.
Let's see about. I took in.
Rated R's.
Well, actually, no, I got this off of Dr. B's website.
Okay.
But I got this picture off of your website. If you did, that's just Connie's hair right there. If I made it just look like Bob. That's that's how close I had to cut it to get her out of the picture.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just him.
yeah,
'Cause I didn't want to have the same thing that you have on your site.
yeah.
I want it to be something different because it's just.
Yeah, that's a nice picture.
And then I think Bob's story's on here somewhere too. No, I don't think I didn't put a story on here. I gotta get Bob's story. That's all I got on him. I don't really know what his story is.
I just came across it and all that stuff we were going through.
It's right here?
I have it. I don't know where it is. So.
Right. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to go through that with Zoe tomorrow.
Zoe?
Zoe. Right.
That's her American name.
Right.
Her Korean name's too hard to pronounce correctly.
It's
Yes,
Xiao.
I heard her say.
I said it and she kind of smiled. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So I pronounced it
I know.
wrong.
I looked at her and it's okay, Xiao. And she looked at me and said, I was over there for 2 months.
What's okay, Chow mean? What's okay, Chow mean? What's
What?
it mean?
Trying to refresh my memory. So I was at the embassy though. I just remember how to pronounce certain names
Oh.
and some things from getting by with it, you know.
Yeah.
What time are you guys leaving?
Well, I'm leaving right
Whatever.
now. I'm leaving right now, so.
Well, let me see.
English. What?
Todd, do you know Bob Perks?
Who?
Bob Perks.
Name sounds familiar.
He wrote a book. He worked with Bob for a while, and then they had a falling out because Bob tried to help his son who had cancer, and Bob accused him of causing more problems for him than he helped, and he took him to a conventional doctor. But he wrote a book, and The Flight of a Lifetime. Yeah, I think he's written a couple of books, but he wrote
That's
this.
where I probably know the name from.
He wrote this.
Okay.
The Flight of a Lifetime. But I was just reading, I think it was online, a story in Chicken Soup for the Soul, one of those books, and it told this fantastic story about being on an airplane, meeting this girl, and then finding out she had a brain tumor and all this, and it was by Bob Perks, and I'm wondering if it's the same Bob Perks.
I
thought maybe you
can
might have
find
known.
out.
Well, I know I had something here.
Write it down, remind me about it tomorrow, and I could find out. I could run it through.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
Panties?
No.
Do you have any more of my gown?
Don't know. If you want to stop back tomorrow, I'll be able to take a look in the back. Because I know we got some in, but we're going to use those to give them to hand out. So they have stuff with them to try.
Well, Bob gave him a bunch of salt today, actually.
Right. Well, that's what my plan was, but he's handing other stuff out.
Well, I guess we could go then, can we?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Nice
Remember,
to see you, Jonathan.
ForksOverKnives.com.
Okay.
But watch with vitamins, like I said. Too much, you'll tank it.
Okay. Very good. Take care.
You too.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, he's gone.